just I just see it collapsing. I see capitalism, pure capitalism, collapsing all around us. People say that capitalism is what lifts societies out of poverty, and it's the complete opposite. Pure capitalism is it's predatory, and it's collapsing all around you, all around us. If you see what's happening, people are working. I mean, they even have names for working yourself to death. There's a name for it. Look it up in Japan, in Japanese. I forgot the word, but there's a word for it. And people are just working themselves to death, literally, in the United States. And these are not examples that are isolated. It's happening every day. Look around, what's going on. The right wing is the rights across the globes are pushing for more work, less pay, less benefits, higher retirement age. All over across the globe, stealing as always, stealing from the workers and giving it to the corporations, who are turning this obscene amounts of profit without contributing to taxes and to society, to infrastructure, to education, to housing workers, to health, taking care of the workers. So automation, pushing for more automation. 85% of the job losses in manufacturing are. Remo Giovanni. Yo, ¿qué pasa, brother? Ah, sí, está en la casa y hay una herramienta tuya también. There's a tool. Yo estoy en la calle bregando con un carro. Yo, sí, yo lo que voy a hacer es que cuando yo vaya de camino para casa, te llamo y de eso nos encontramos en la casa para darte, pues está allí, él lo dejó en un sobrecito allí, me dijo, mira, si no, yo voy a estar busy, I'm gonna be hospital o whatever, estaba, y entonces yo le digo, está bien que me llame, dile al hombre que me llame para yo encontrarnos allá y darle las cositas, este, oh, está, no, no, todavía aquí es lo que voy a echarle, que estoy en un cajito del amigo mío que, people get this, it's squealing or squeaking, y ya le he dicho 300 veces, sell that piece of shit. It's a 2004 Mercedes-Benz, and it's got that air suspension, and it's a money pit. It's like, but they want their Mercedes. Oh, it's like, dude, buy a fucking. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is a middle-aged guy like us, and he probably got a few good blowjobs in it, and he don't want to let it go. So, I don't blame him, tú sabes, él le gusta y he likes, he's still, el cajito se ve bien por fuera y eso, but it's falling apart inside. So, but he's still, I guess he gets some pussy with it. So, hey, what are you gonna do, Yeah. Esto, ¿está bien? Yo te llamo cuando vaya de camino, ¿está bien? Cuídate, brother. Bien, 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 bien. And, is this shit on? Yeah, it is. So, basically, capitalism, pure capitalism, enslaves people, not only to their jobs but to the system, and it gets in their head and tells them they got to keep consuming at a level that is not necessary. I mean, look, this is a piece of shit van, 1999, it's still running. I could go get me another one right now, but you get constantly get bombarded with, oh, you need this, you need that to make you happy. Oh, you buy this product, you know, your dick's gonna get bigger, you're gonna get more pussy, you're gonna get more, and you're people buy into it, not because it's just that we get conditioned to it and we get bombarded by advertising and corporations and into this insane concepts that if you buy this product, you're going to be happy, and which is insane. A product can't make you happy, you know. But if you keep telling people this, you know, tell each other, and the neighbor has this car and you want to go get the car he's got or a better one because you feel better about yourself, and all this insanity that goes behind consumer behavior. I got a bachelor's degree in marketing and business administration, and I'm human behavior always fascinates me and how it gets manipulated. But capitalism is collapsing, and if you look at economies worldwide, how the workers are doing, where the worker rights are sitting right now, where the majority of the people's rights are now, where they are versus where they were, and it's collapsing. And we're, you know, in order for one society to achieve a certain level of consumption and a certain level of quote-unquote progress, which is unsustainable, you can't ask, you know, economies to grow at this crazy, to grow, period. I mean, to, you know, we have to stop saying to ourselves that if we're not growing, we're not okay, because all that says is that we're just going to keep on this constant inflation, and capitalism does not allow for plateau. It has to be going up, constant, and it's an addiction. So if we don't allow ourselves to plateau and enjoy where we're at, and you know, keep telling our children that you have to have a certain amount of things in order to be happy, they believe us. They're already believing us, and you know, and we're creating all this little consumption machines, and the planet cannot sustain this level of consumption if our goal as a species is to reach a level of consumption for everybody that, say, the United States or the European countries have. We'll run out of resources in about 10 years, easy. Capitalism, as it is, you know, in its predatory form, it destroys complete environments. It creates wars. It creates poverty, hunger across the globe. And now Juan Bosch, ex-president of the Dominican Republic, wrote some very interesting pieces about colonialism, the colonialism model of the empires being used inside of the empires to treat the people inside of the empires just like the empires treated the colonies, which was to invade, sack, impoverish, and just completely suck the blood and the life out of the colonized people, the territories. Well, we're doing that to their own people now. And the results are catastrophic as far as lack of education, infrastructure crumbling inside of the United States. The intellectual level in the United States is catastrophic. The United States as a whole, not everybody, but as a whole, as a nation, is intellectually bankrupt, is culturally illiterate by design. In the last 40-50 years, the right wings have reached a level of predatory behavior, mental and physical predatory behavior upon the population that is outrageous. I mean, we're seeing it right now. It is obscene. It's obscene, the level of demagoguery and theft and complete trashiness and government, especially this government that we have now, the Republican Christian coalition, It's pillaging the planet, destroying it, and they're proud of it. They're the true expression of evil, of pure capitalism. When we could easily be housing people, we could be feeding people. If we took 10% out of, instead of 54% for discretionary spending, the discretionary income going into the war machine of the United States, if we took 10% of that, just do the math, we could be feeding, educating, and housing everyone that doesn't have that right now. Basic services, just a little roof. I mean, think about it. We celebrate the World Soccer Cup in countries where the poverty levels are through the roof and the inequality levels of lifestyles are absolutely obscene. Say Brazil, where you have a super mansion and divided by a huge wall next to a favela. It's a slum of just their workers. They're working people. They're not bums. They're not, they're working people. They're just being exploited by the guy on the other side of the fence who just bribes the politicians, just like they do it here. Just like Donald Trump bribed everybody and everybody bribes him. It's absolutely corrupt. So this is not new. This is very old. Human behavior when it has to be curbed, and you pair it up with capitalism, and what you have is this country celebrating soccer tournaments, and they've spent billions and billions of dollars for this facilities where they can have this game. And when the game is over, when the World Cup is over, they just leave the facilities to rot, instead of giving those facilities to people, to people who need it for housing, and they'll rather let that stuff rot and spend billions of dollars to have a fucking tournament, soccer tournament, instead of giving education and infrastructure to those people. It's obscene what we're doing, and that is a result of capitalism. Capitalism takes the resources and steals them away from those who produce them and gives them to the highest bidder. So if we don't hybridize and unite socialism with capitalism and have a baby, we're going to collapse, and we're going to collapse soon. It's bursting at the seams. Capitalism cannot sustain the current level of consumption and inequality that's being produced by pure capitalism. So we need to get on board this hybridization baby in a hurry, because the planet, I don't think it's going to take another 50 years because of all the wars that capitalism produces. It's just we're one missile away from complete annihilation as a species, and capitalism is the catalyst that will get us to that annihilation and extinction level.